It's another edition of Behind the Mic with AudioFile Magazine. I'm Joe Reed. I have Sandy Henschel with me. She's a contributor to AudioFile, and she started the week off with a bang, recommending a fabulous book, The Sentence by Louise Erdrich. So what is happening today, Sandy?
Today, I'm taking you to the Galapagos.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
going to hear Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult, read by Marin Ireland.
Oh, I'm a great Marin Ireland fan. She did The Cold Millions, Jess Walter's book, which is just fabulous, and The Lincoln Highway. Oh, it's so
And
good.
I'm currently listening to Cloud Cuckoo Land, which she also narrates, and she's amazing.
She's great. And of course, Jodi Picoult is just such a prolific writer. So
Yes, she
what's
is.
this one about?
Marin Ireland narrates this exciting adventure where the main character, whose name is Diana, finds herself alone on an island in the Galapagos while the pandemic is raging back home. So we have another pandemic story. And what has happened is she and her boyfriend had this dream vacation, and they were going to Isabella Island in the Galapagos. And the pandemic hits New York, and he insists that she go by herself.
Yeah.
So she
And she gets locked down there. Guess
Yeah, she
what?
does. Her luggage disappears. She has no money. Her hotel is closed due to the pandemic. The island gets quarantined, so there's no ferry service, and she's running out of money. And she doesn't speak Spanish. Finn was the one who was going to do all the work for them when they got there. So she has to rely on the kindness of strangers, and they're not always kind.
Oh.
I know. She meets some very lovely people as well. Well, she meets Gabriel, who runs a tortoise preserve, and he's very resentful of her being there. And she eventually makes friends with his daughter, and that opens up a wealth of possibilities for her friendships.
Let's talk a little bit about Marin Ireland in this and how her narration works.
She is superb. Her pacing is excellent. She creates a sense that time has slowed to a standstill on this magical island. She's an amazing narrator. She narrates across genre. She's been part of multi-voice narrations. She's gotten Earphones Awards. She narrates mysteries and YA titles. And as I mentioned in the very beginning of this, Cloud Cuckoo Land got raves from our reviewer.
And this one got Earphones Awards, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And because she is so good. She captures Diana's frustrations and confusion, and the listener winds up feeling that way, the way that Diana feels. You might like this clip.
Why don't we hear that? Is this in Diana's voice?
It is in Diana's voice, yes.
Okay, this is Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult, read by Marin Ireland.
Sometimes I hum when I wring out my clothes, washed in the sink, and hang them to dry in the hot sun. Sometimes I let the ocean harmonize as I sing into its roar. Always, I miss Finn. I still haven't been able to talk to him, but I have written him postcards every night. I hope to get stamps and mail them, and maybe find a cell phone store in town where they can work out a way for me to text internationally. I also need clothing, because rinsing out my limited supply every night isn't ideal. The few stores that are still open do not seem to have regular hours, and I keep timing it wrong. While trekking into town, I have seen intermittent signs of life at the pharmacy, a shawarma stand, and a church. I decide that later today I will try my luck again in Puerto Villamil. Before dawn, I go for a run until my lungs are burning. When I reach a spiky black monolith of lava, I sit down on the sand and watch the stars burn out of the sky like sparks on a hearth. By the time I walk back home, the tide is coming in. It erases my footprints. When I look back over my shoulder, it's as if I was never there.
Yeah, Marin just really always knows how to sell it, boy.
Isn't she just wonderful? Yep. She handles all the characters that way, with nuance, with subtlety. Her pace is fabulous. I mentioned that. But her tone allows the story to speak for itself. She doesn't try to force you to feel what she's feeling. You just do.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a
Yeah.
really good way of putting it. I've always tried to put my finger on what is it about Marin Ireland that always speaks to you. And there's a way in which she trusts the words, but she trusts the listener too.
Right. And she's definitely, she has a lovely voice to listen to. She's
Oh,
not
completely.
too shrill. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
no.
not too, just right.
Yeah, the tonality is there. Okay, that's Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult, read by Marin Ireland. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow, Sandy.
Okay, great.
Today's episode of Behind the Mic is brought to you by Oasis Audio, publisher of the Edgar Rice Burroughs Authorized Library, featuring Tarzan and John Carter of Mars and much, much more. And follow Behind the Mic wherever you get your podcasts, and then leave us a rating on Apple. It helps people to find us. I am Jo Reed. I will talk to you tomorrow.